This is a training guide for the System 1 Autoplanner. Autoplanner is available for the following units: Community, GP, Palliative Hospital, Social Care. System 1 Autoplanner functionality allows users to automatically schedule all visits for a caseload on a daily basis. Using the staff members associated with a caseload, System 1 will calculate which staff members are working that day and the hours they're available based on shift patterns recorded on the staff shift screen. For the caseload, System 1 will identify all the care plans that need to be completed on that day. System 1 will pass the skill set required to complete the care plan, the patient's location, the time range the visit needs to be completed in, the duration, and the priority of the care plan to a scheduling algorithm, along with the skill sets of the available clinicians and the time that they're available, along with their starting location. Using all this information, System 1 will allocate appropriately skilled clinicians to visits within their working hours and within the same locality, therefore reducing costs associated with unnecessary travel time. System 1 can also schedule break times for the staff where these have been configured against their allocated shifts. System 1 will also take into consideration any existing booked visits, appointments, and will not schedule conflicting visits. System 1 will also calculate the best route for a staff member for their allocated visits and factor in travel time utilising route mapping functionality. In order to use Autoplanner most effectively, you'll need to ensure the following items are configured in System 1. Each staff member who will be performing visits needs to have skill sets and a start and end location set. In Staff and Organisation Setup, you can amend the staff member. First of all, selecting the Skill Sets, Specialities and Treatment Codes tab, a skill set can be assigned. The list of skill sets in here are configured using configured lists within System 1. Selecting them for a staff member, you can select more than one or just one where required. In local settings, this staff member's start and end location can also be set. Therefore, Autoplanner knows where to start and end the scheduling. The staff member will also need to be linked to an appropriate caseload. Through Workflow, Caseloads, you should select the caseload and configure the caseload, ensuring at the bottom of the screen the staff member is associated with that caseload. You will also need to set up shift patterns recorded in the staff shift screen. Through Setup, Users and Policy and Staff Shifts, here, per caseload, you can assign the shifts to all of your staff. Here you can highlight multiple dates by clicking and dragging, or you can highlight odd dates holding Control on the keyboard. Once the dates have been selected, you can then right-click to allocate a shift, and then using the preset shifts, which can be configured using the preset button up here, you can select the shift pattern. In this example, I'm selecting the standard, which starts at 8 in the morning, finishes at 4 with a lunch break. That then assigns that shift to my staff member. If a mistake is made, you can right-click to clear. In order for Autoplanner to successfully schedule, patients will need to have an active referral linked to a caseload. In addition to that, they will require care plans. These care plans must also be linked to a referral. The care plans must have an active skill set and be linked to a skill set at the bottom. Here, In addition to that, visiting frequency should also be set, along with an estimated duration. There are also some important organisation preferences to be aware of. Through Setup, Users and Policy and Organisation Preferences, select Visits and Scheduling from the left-hand side. This first tick box enables the Autoplanner. The timings below allow you to configure for your unit the allowed visiting times per day. Now, when recording a visit frequency, you can specify a patient's preferred time for the visit. Now, this page of Organisation Preferences allows you to specify the time range for each of these preferred times in accordance with the hours that your service operates. So, for example, AM would be between 8 and 12, PM 12 and 7, and so on for the evening, and those that are stated to be visited at any time during the day. There is also further configuration for those care plans where 2, 3 or 4 visits are required per day. Underneath these timings, you can also specify the fuel cost. The fuel cost preference allows you to record how much staff travel costs your service per mile. So, for example, you may pay staff 45p a mile for travel. In Phase 2, TPP intend to implement a dashboard functionality that will display key information to management staff. And one of these dashboards will show you how much travel is expected to cost per day. Here you can also adjust the tolerance for starting visits late, for starting a shift early, and for finishing shift late. These preferences affect the scheduling algorithm. So, for example, Autoplanner will schedule visits to staff so many minutes before or after their shift is due to start or end. As a result, Autoplanner is more likely to be able to automatically schedule visits. The algorithm weighting section allows services to identify the factors that are most important to them when scheduling visits. These could be to reduce overtime, to reduce travel time or distance travelled between visits, assign fewer visits to staff with more skill sets, to assign equal workloads, or to prioritise assigning visits with higher priority level. Using the scroll bars to the right hand side of each of these, you can set which you deem to be more important to your service. Each of these then has an effect on the scheduling algorithm so that you can tailor this to your service. Using Autoplanner. Once all the required configuration is complete, you'll be able to start using Autoplanner to schedule your visits. Navigate to Workflow and Autoplanner. And first of all, select the date that you're wishing to plan your visits. Then select the caseload. Once you've done this, it will list the staff members who are assigned to that caseload, along with their role, their working hours, their starting location, and details of their skill sets. First, you would preview the care plans requiring visits. This will now list all the patients, along with their care plans that are required for that day, any flags detailing reviews, any skill sets required, the duration and times, along with their address. From here, you would select Schedule. The system is now running the Autoplanner, and it's using the algorithm, which has taken into account all of the settings that we put in place, and it's now calculating the best route and times to complete the visits. At any time while the scheduler is running, you can pause. This then allows you to view the current map. The map is showing the route in which each of the staff members would currently take. By deselecting all bar one, I can now see the route of one of my nurses. I can then untick and select other nurses to view their current routes. Selecting all again will show everybody's route on the same map. The map can be zoomed in and zoomed out using the zoom on the left hand side here. The Staff Schedules tab allows me to open up each member of staff to see the individual visits along with their arrival times and departure times. It also includes any breaks. The scheduler can be started again by pressing play, and it's now continuing to find the best route for our staff members. Once the scheduler has run for a period of time, selecting stop will stop the scheduler. From this point, again, you can view the map, and you can also open up individual staff members to view their visits. But once the scheduler has run, you would then press save to save all of the visits that it is now booked. From here, you're taken to the activity diary screen. The activity diary screen now shows all visits that have been booked by Autoplanner. This activity diary is showing all visits that have now been booked via Autoplanner. The pink sections show the visits, and the grey sections in between detail any travelling. On the activity diary, patients' visits can be moved around and reallocated. For example, this patient could be moved to a different nurse. It does warn if it's outside of staff's working hours. As you can now see, the visit has moved to a different member of staff. By right-clicking on a visit, all existing visit functionality is available, allowing other methods of reassigning, deferring visits, amending visits, and potentially marking them as finished and deleted. There's an additional audit for the Autoplanner. If you move through Audit, Appointments, and Autoplanner Audit. Here, this will allow you to audit when Autoplanner was run. First of all, choosing the date and the caseload, and running the report. Here you can see who performed it and when. From here you can view the appropriate organisation preferences to determine timings and also the algorithm weightings. For further information and more detailed guidance on any of the settings and any of the functionality within Autoplanner, please request a copy of our Autoplanner Trading Guide PDF.